Hi, I am Hayo, and I am the CEO of the 70 Group, and this is what I do. I help people solve money problems. From my experience, I have realized that when life presents what you call problems, it does not necessarily send demarcations or delineations. It does not say this is a type of problem. It does not say, okay, so I'm going to give you this type of problem, and then I make sure you don't get that other type of problem. What usually happens is that one type of problem always begets other types of problems, and at the end of the day, you don't even know which problem was the first one. And then it may not even be that you will have to solve the first one and then the other one solved by themselves and things like that. So point is, it's always complex. Life likes to do simple in a complex way, and it likes to do complex in a simple way. Well, that's a paradox. I hope I get to explain how that paradox plays into our life. But today I want to discuss this with you. And the reason I want to discuss this with you is that I have seen that people who succeed, this is one of the things that they must learn. They must learn how to do great while they are going through stuff. Oh man, this is amazing. The thoughts in my head and vis-a-vis my experience and what I've seen young people go through and the excuses or the reasons that I've seen young people give, it's I just want to do this. I just want to do this now. I just want to do this on time. And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe, and then please like this so that we're able to reach more people with this. And then please comment so that I get your feedback. I know what angle you're thinking, and so that in subsequent videos I'm able to address your pertinent issues. Okay, and please share. All right, please share to your friends. Let them see it. I've shared a lot of videos with people that are close to me. Every time I see somebody who says something that I know to be true or that I find helpful, I share with other people. Even if there were things that I knew before, because I understand that sometimes people who are close to me may not listen to me because of C finish. If you are from Nigeria, you understand what C finish means. As it sounds, it basically means that a person who is close to you is never ever able to believe that you are more than his eyes meet. He's never going to be able to believe that you are more than what I see. So they look at you and then they sum you up, and then they are unable to accept the other things that you want to give them, because they think, oh no, you can't be that wise and things like that. So that's why I share videos. So I know that people who are close to me, it's better for me to just share random videos to them and they find more believing. I don't have to worry about them not believing me or things like that. It's just like that. It's just the way it is. It's just one of the wisdom that you pick up as you grow in life. So if you want to help somebody, you have to rise above their own bias and solve their problem for them. And that one of the ways to do that is to share videos that resonate with you with them, so that they can see, and then so that they can understand the perspective, and then so that there's no bias or defense, a wall against what you're about to share with them. So this is one of the reasons why you should share. Now, having said that, I am doing this because it's just natural to have challenges in life, and sometimes these challenges or these issues or these problems, the way they present themselves like they want to swallow you. Some people even feel already swallowed. Some people with their life issues, they feel like they are drowning. They feel like they're drowning, and that they're barely keeping their heads above the waters, and that's a terrible feeling. And I really want this video to help such people, to find their footing, find their strength, find their platform, and rise and be outside those waters. Okay? Yeah, because even if you could swim, how long before you're exhausted? So you're not supposed to be wallowing or swimming in the waters of your issues or your worries or your issues or your problems or your challenges. You are supposed to be on a platform, even if the water surrounds you. You're supposed to be on a solid platform, and that's exactly what I want to achieve with today. Because and what I must do also is to prepare you that I am not going to be giving you popular solutions. I'm not going to be giving you something that maybe you just googled and then you just see and then it's like, oh, okay, no, that doesn't work, or somebody already said that kind of a thing, which means that the solutions I'm going to be giving you will challenge your very core. Now, if you have if you have a problem and then the solution does not challenge your core, you should doubt that solution. Let me tell you why, or let me explain it to you. So there is a mindset that created a problem, or there's a mindset with which you've been looking at the problem. Hence the reason the problem still exists. So if the problem will disappear, if you're going to solve the problem, then there has to be something that changes from within you. Now, if something would change from within you, it means there's going to be a new information or a new setup, a new coding. Let me permit me to use the word, which changes the back end programming or back end codes of your own mind. So it means that what will solve your problem, if it's a solution that is being proposed, it must come at you, and when it comes at you, it must feel different or counterintuitive. It must be different in a way that your mind almost rejects it, that your status quo mind almost rejects it. So you should be happy when people provide solutions to you that look like, oh, wow, oh, never had are you kidding me? That can work. I mean, I've never done that before. Yeah, those are the type of solutions that work. So if it's something that you already embrace and already know, and then that's your mindset, and then you still have the problem, of course. All right, if it's something that will solve the problem for you, then it has to be something that you want to say, no, how can that be? Right? So I may be sharing thoughts with you that you're hearing for the first time, or presenting them in ways that you have not heard them before. So I'm just saying, be open-minded, be ready to receive, be ready to try, be ready to objectively appraise what I'm about to show you, okay? Because if is important. I mean, if you know why we do this? You know why this is the title? Because even if you were to deal with your life issues and then you say, I'm going to take 10 years to deal with my life issues, by the time you come back after 10 years of your life has gone. And guess what? Let me jump ahead of myself and quickly say, issues, life issues, they don't disappear. They don't disappear. Issues, there are always issues for every stage or phase of your life. All right? And then so there are two things here, all right? There are always issues on every phase or stage of your life. All right? So there are two approaches that you must quickly understand. One is that those issues, they never disappear, they're always there. So you have two options. This first option is that you can decide to be way bigger than those issues. And size in this terrain does not necessarily mean, of course, they're not talking about physical size here, definitely. So size here is your perception or your approach, and then your capacity. All right, that's size. All right, and then the second option that you have is to change the stage, to leave the phase that you are and go to the next phase. Because once you change the phase, the issues on this phase or on this stage stays there on that stage. So when you go to another stage or you transcend to another phase, the issues that were in the previous stages kind of disappear. They did not disappear. You left them where they were. Have you ever noticed that everybody who has every particular type of upbringing or social strata or positioning in the society, or maybe, for example, the economic the economic size, the economic power size of your parents, always, all those kind of things always predisposes you to the same kind of problems that other people from similar background always has. That should tell you that the issues are not personal to you, the issues are on that stage. So if you are able to grow or transcend the stages, you will drop some issues. Which basically means that, have you now noticed that everybody has problems? What people have mastered is successful people, what they have mastered is they have mastered how to change their problems. How to swap their problems with the one that they think, oh, I can live with this one. Oh, okay, I can live with this problem. I can live with this one. So they choose the problems they want to coexist with, because some problems sounds very interesting, and then some problems sound like, oh God, wow, are you still alive? Exactly. So people who are successful will tell you that there are two types of money problems. That there is the too little money, and then there's too much money. Okay, and the people who are in the too little money stage are unable to imagine how too much money can be a problem. Do you see? Because that too little money stage is far down below the too much money stage. So you can't even imagine what it feels like so too much money is a problem. Are you kidding me? I mean, like that's not a problem. Well, by the time you start to get close to that place, you'll begin to imagine. In fact, with some exposition or with some knowledge or with some information or with some education, you will be able to exactly see how too much money is a problem, or yes, it's a problem, and how you may want to prefer that kind of problem to the too little problem. Okay, so this is what this is about. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into it. Now, what you call issues, or your approach to say, I want to solve that problem. I am not, I want to be careful because sometimes when I speak like this, some of the things that the person may feel is lack of empathy, to say, this person does not know what I am going through. Okay, trust me, I probably know what you're going through, because I have gone through a lot myself. Oh my, and when I tell you I've gone through a lot, please believe me, I have gone through a lot. I mean, this video is not about my story, okay, but if you subscribe to this channel and your notification is on, you get other videos where I help you, achieve some other important things, and then some of them will, have my story. So over time, you will see, that I have gone through a lot. But for now, please just trust me when I tell you that I have gone through a lot. So I am actually speaking from a point of empathy, and not just empathy, a point of deep concern for wanting you to progress, for wanting you to rise, because it is only when you have risen above your circumstances or above the stages where you presently face these issues that you'll be able to agree with me or see exactly what I have been telling you about. So when I say that the first thing that you must do is to change your perception of what issues are, because issues like to camouflage and hide and I mean, not necessarily hide that you don't see them, but they enter into bigger things, and then they have this illusion, and then they appear really, really big. They appear like they are life-threatening, and then they appear like okay, let me tell you, let me just do this. Okay, let me just do this. All right, if you have an issue that is truly life-threatening, what should you do? Okay, so let's assume that you're facing a particular issue that has the capacity and the intention to end your life, what would you do? What should you do? Naturally, you have two options. One option is to fight to the end, because this issue has the capacity and the intention. So capacity means you cannot do anything about it. Intention means that he is bent on ending your life. So there's this issue, has capacity and intention to end your life. You have two options. One option is to fight. Fight because that is who you are, not because there's a particular result. Fight because that is how you want to be remembered. You want to be remembered like you fought. Do you understand? Are you getting the angle? And then the second option is to accept and then just allow it end your life. Alright? So what does that mean? Invariably, if you are faced in any issue and these are not your two options, then that issue is not life-threatening. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to tell you. I'm saying that issues like to present themselves like they are life-threatening. Now, this is now what you will now know. All right, this is now what you will know. What you will now know is that what you are actually faced with is time and what you are supposed to be doing with that time. I need to bring this home for you. I really need to bring this home for you. If an issue is life-threatening, you have just two options. And then in fact, if you look at those two options, they are the same option. It's a simple reason that your time is almost up. So as your time is almost up, what you are actually now faced with is your immortality. That is, what is the memory that you are going to leave behind? So which means that everything that you now do between the time that you realize that and the time that your life finally ends is going to be building the things, perception, memory, personal branding, and all of that, building the story of your life, what you will be remembered after you are gone. That means that what you will now start to do is to build your immortality. Now, which means that as you are faced with the end of your life, the realization that you come to is that what you should do is to ignore the issue that wants to end your life and begin to live your life so that your life can live after you have gone. Now, so I have used the illustration of, let's assume that an issue is life-threatening properly. That is, has the capacity and intention to end your life. All right. You have now come to the point that you have now realized that what you will do, the wisest thing that you will do, naturally, what you will do if you are faced with that situation is that you will start to prepare for life after you. And the way to prepare for life after you is to quickly live your life maximally possible so that you can live stories and impressions and immortality after you. Which means that what you will do to an issue that is killing you is to ignore the issue and live the life that you still have while you are still alive. Do you get it? Did you get it? So at the end of the day, what I am going to be teaching you is how to practically ignore your issues and live your life. Because, to be honest, your issues are not even life-threatening. Your issues cannot even end your life. The only issue that is life-threatening, for example, is maybe a terminal illness, that has no cure and no management and things like that. But apart from that, what does that tell you? It tells you that the biggest weapon that your issues have over you and against you, the biggest weapon in their arsenal over you is their ability to distract you. That is, to lift your focus away from doing your life to focusing on the issues. That's the biggest power. And this is the power. This is the power that you must withdraw from them. This is the only power that you must take from them to render them powerless. Once you are able to, it means that when you wake up every day and your issues wake up, what your issues will do is to start screaming at you and say, I'm here. If you don't fix me, you're not going to be able to do anything. If you don't fix me, you're not going to do anything. And then they start to give you names and give themselves accolades and say, I am the Lord of the Kinikon, I am the this of the that. And then so that what happens is that you look at them and are like, oh wow, thou issue of my life, thou art the greatest. Thou art the most powerful. That's exactly what they want you. That's exactly where they want to get you to be. It is your job to mute them. It's your job to mute them. I told you at the beginning of this video that this will sound counterintuitive to you because you probably have never heard it before. Okay, so is it okay? So I was in school. And I want to let you see that I'm in touch with reality. Okay, I want to let you see that I'm in touch with reality, and because I mean when I talk like this, people think he had money, he didn't have any problem, this and things like that. When I was in school, I learned that it was very difficult to study if you were hungry. Alright? It was very difficult to study when you were hungry. Not just when you're hungry, it's not just the fact that there's no food in your tummy at that particular time. It's mostly that you do not know when or where the next food will come. And so, because if you had a lot of food in your house, for example, if you had everything in your fridge, in your refrigerator, and then you're momentarily hungry, but you're just lazy because you just want to get up, you may still be able to achieve things here, where you are, without being distracted. But if you are to be in that position, but now with the difference of the fact that you do not have anything in your kitchen, even if you are not hungry, you will immediately become really, really hungry from the fear. So I know. And I learned that my fight must be that I must therefore now learn how to study even while I am hungry. Because if I do not study and then I fail, and then if I fail and then I'm going to be in school for longer, and then if I was in school for longer, then I'm going to be hungry for longer. So it was the objective analysis of my situation that gave me strength to avoid, to discountenance my hunger and study in spite of it, in spite of the existence of my hunger. Yeah. It was that taught me how to find study styles or practices that are more effective for me and are not popular within other people. This is how I learned how to do permutation. So if I have 100 pages of book, my job is to decipher what 40% of that book I am going to read. What 40% of the book has the highest chance of showing up in the test or the exams. So I am not going to be bothered about being able to brag to my fellow students or my colleagues that I have read all the book. I've read everything in the book. I do not have the luxury to read everything. All right? My hunger will not permit me to read everything, but I have to pass. So I learned that what I should do is to decide what 40% of the total book has 80% chance of showing up. Yeah. So, trust me, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. So, issues are distractions. But they want you to think that they are issues. They want you to think that they are life-threatening. They want you to think that they can end your life. They want you to think that you are alive to solve your issues. You're not alive to solve issues. You are alive to live your life. So, how do you treat issues? You treat issues like they are distractions. Yeah. Now, let me explain it to you. So, you are, say for example, the first child of your family. You are male, and then you are the first child. And then you have 5 other siblings. And then your mom is sick, and your dad is poor. And you have just one brother, and then you have 4 other sisters, making 6 of you all together. Now, what you should do, what it looks like you need to do, okay, is that you need to send money to your mom every month so that she's able to buy her drugs and manage her condition. You need to send money you need to pay the school fees of your siblings and give them pocket money, because you don't want them to become prostitutes, and you don't want anybody taking advantage of them. You don't want your younger brother, going the criminal way. Yeah, so this is your life, all right? These are your issues. Now, any man, speaking about your father now, for example, who did not learn, how to make money vis-a-vis trends and time and leverage and education, financial education and things like, and quick failing and learning, any man who does not do that will be in his old age poor. So your father being poor has nothing to do with your father being your father. It has everything to do with who your father isn't, or what your father did not do, or what your father did not learn and apply. So your father is poor not because the universe decided to give you a poor father. Your father is poor because he didn't do the things that would make him rich. And because he didn't do that on time, and your mom was unable to help him do that, or unable to do that for herself, what happened was that they didn't have enough resources to detect your mom's conditions early to treat or prevent. So therefore now it looks as if you have those issues. The issues did not come on you bearing your name to say, oh, there's this particular richer person, these are his issues. No, these same issues will happen to Jide or Okafo or Jubril if they happen to have such parents, simple, who did not do or learn or apply certain wisdom over time. That's all. Now, there's an adage that says that and that there's a saying, it's not an adage, but it's a saying from where I come from. It says Amato Sope Baba Olowo Iya Ola, and another one. That is the child who says, my father is poor and my mom didn't even break through. That child is also already living his own life. We'll see. Now, what that should scream in your head is to say that if you want to have a different result, your approach to the same problem must first be different. And one of the ways to be sure that your approach is different is for your approach to be unpopular. If you do what everybody does and think the way everybody thinks, you will most likely end up like most people. Guess what most people are? Poor. Most people are poor. So imagine that scenario. Now, that issue is saying, focus on me. Focus on me. This is who I am. I am your poor father, I am your sick mother, I am your 5 siblings who need money, and I am those 5 siblings that if you don't give them money today, we are likely going to become prostitutes and criminals, and so on and so forth. So please make sure you are giving us money. Now, please tell me, think about it. How do you solve these kind of issues? How do you solve this kind of issues? The first thing that you must realize is that if you became immediately more successful, those problems would kind of disappear. For example, you could have an apartment, maybe say for example, you could rent a duplex, all right, that has 4 or 5 bedrooms, and then your parents can move in, and then your siblings can move in, and then you can mentor and train them right with you every day. What you simply will need to do is to be able to pay the house rent and then be able to provide feeding for the family, and then a little, and then you can take it from there. Other thing that you may be able to do is that you may be able to purchase health insurance rather, for your mom, which means that your healthcare cost for her will become immediately heavily subsidized. Now, so if you are to immediately become more successful, a lot of those issues will just appear as if to have disappeared. Now, the question is, how then do you become that guy who makes, say for example, $1,000 or $2,000 regularly, maybe weekly or monthly, so that these problems or these issues can disappear? How do you become that guy? The only way to become that guy is to focus on the processes that will make you become that guy. Which means that your best bet is that because you want to solve a particular problem, the best way to solve that problem is to be able to focus on other things rather than the problem. Because if you wake up every day and think about how your mom is sick now, how she probably be feeling pain, or how your father maybe can't even give them money, or how maybe there's somebody now who is there's one rogue thug in your neighborhood where your parents live, who is about to now get your sister, one of your sisters, in a relation with him, which probably will introduce her to drugs. And if that's what you wake up to think every day, and then how do you then focus creatively on the things? So let's say, for example, that you have identified that what you need to do, for example, is be able to do high quality video editing for clients on freelance platforms, get remote jobs that will give you that kind of money. So what you need to do is you need to wake up, for example, if you're starting from zero, what you need to do is wake up in the morning and figure out how you are going to get a system, that is a laptop, from which you're going to be able to learn editing and begin to apply editing. Let's assume that you wake up at zero and you don't have a laptop. That's what you should focus on that day, because that is what will take you one step close to achieving your dreams that immediately makes these issues dissolve or disappear. So, the how and why issues will disappear is your ability to focus on becoming or rising above the stages at which those issues appear. And usually, those issues appear on financial phases or stages. So, some issues that you have them because you are at a particular phase or a particular stage, financial stage. Now, for you to rise above that financial stage, it means that you must become somebody who can earn above that level. To become somebody who can earn above that level means that you must apply certain processes to your life over time. The earlier you apply those processes, the earlier you're able to leave that stage. This is how and why issues disappear. Issues don't disappear by you focusing on them. Issues don't appear by you focusing on them. Issues don't disappear by you focusing on them. If issues are going to disappear, it's going to be because you have painstakingly learned how to ignore them. Ignore them does not mean that you are saying they don't exist. Ignore them means that you are saying, as long as this is the only thing that I focus on, I am not going to be able to get out of this problem. And so, because I want to get out of this problem, I must therefore immerse myself in manifesting the solutions. And the solution is simply becoming somebody who earns more so that I can have the capacity to leave this level. Because if I leave this level, for example, if you take your siblings and your parents out to a new environment, first of all, you have solved the problem of your siblings, for example, having to deal with people, bad eggs from bad neighborhood. How do you do that? You must be able to rent an apartment in a good neighborhood. How do you rent an apartment in a good make money? How do you make money? You must be able to follow through with the processes that will make money. How do you follow through with processes that make money if you do not focus on those processes? So, what issues should do for you is that they should fuel your focus. If there's anything issues should do for you, I'm not saying forget them. But I'm saying that you must focus, create selective blindness, because that means that if I decide to fix my gaze on something, then there are several other things that I will not see. Not because those things don't exist, but guess what? The things that you focus on, they get bigger. Amazing. Did you not see how amazing it is? That what a telescope does that makes it see farther is that the telescope knows how to focus. That's all. That's all. Over space, the telescope knows how to focus. So, this is what you must do. How do you make money? How do you make money? You make money, the simple way to make money is to get value across to the people who will pay for it. Simple. It involves several things. That is why I have created, several solutions for people who have to make money. For people who it is the making of money that will allow them rise above their levels. Alright, so that's why you must go to Oluwayala 7D. That's why you must subscribe to this channel, because I'm taking, for example, presently, I have created a mentorship program. It's a 180 days mentorship program that takes you from earning zero to being able to earn 7 digits in whatever currency you pick. I have broken down the nitty-gritty of how you will make money. But because of this video, let me give you the summary of how to make money. The summary of how to make money is that you must find a value that you either created or have access to share, that is to sell. Right? That you have the right or access to sell. You must find that value, and then you must create a system where the information of that value is communicated to enough people. Because when it is communicated to enough people, definitely a fraction of that people will buy. If a fraction of those people will buy from you, and then when they buy from you, you make money. And then I have now taught you, how, for example, you now need to be able to expand and maximize that process. That's simply how to make money. And then vis-a-vis your choices, your personality, what you're comfortable with, what you can do, what you can expand on, you now decide how you want to make money. But I have several videos explaining the 3 ways to make money online, how to know the one that is best suited to you, how to create systems across both, how to have one stream of income, how to create the next, how to start to make money today, how to make the money that you're supposed to make today. I have several videos on that. Of course, I cannot exhaust that here. But in case you're wondering how exactly can I help you, please go to oluwayala7d.com. Alright, that's it over there. Oluwayala7d, that's my website. And then I'm already waiting there for you with solutions that will work for the kind of person that you are. All right. If you want to maximize and make money with what you studied at university, or if you like to go into something different new, if you like to maximize a passion and monetize a passion, I mean, I have everything. I have everything ready for you. All right. And guess what? When you get there, you realize that the things I'm offering you, they are not free. They are better than free. All right. They are like, free is you don't pay for it. This one, I will pay you for applying those things. All right. So anyway, just head to oluwayola7d.com and then you see I'm Ayo, and it's been amazing being with you today. All right. I hope you now know how to deal with your first in life issues and still make money. Thank you so much. I have had an amazing time with you. I will see you around, so please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Cheers.